This year was really special, I thought, because they had one of the best speakers I've ever seen. It was because it had to support the cause that we were just dealing with, and it was a guy who actually survived the Columbine shooting a long time ago, and his sister actually died. So I'm wearing a bracelet right here, and it says Rachel's Challenge because he gave us it, saying that we're gonna say we love people, because he didn't get the chance to say that he loved his sister before she died. He didn't know he was gonna lose her that day, and he got in a fight with her the day that it happened. So the reason these kids, they weren't bullied, or they were slightly bullied. They were just quiet. No one really talked to them. They were just two guys, normal. You just didn't know what was going on through their heads. They supported Hitler, actually, and so they just decided it would be cool to go out and shoot people. Rachel, the guy's sister, was actually the first girl to be shot there, first person. She was sitting outside that day eating her lunch, as she usually did, and she was writing inside a notebook. She was a born leader. She had so many inspirational quotes that we could live by. There were so many things in there that were talking about positivity and making a change with this world. She was actually someone who stood up to two bullies against a kid who was slightly retarded. And it was really inspirational. She stood up to two football players and said, she put up her fist and said, "You want to mess with him? Go through me first." Every day she came to school and she said hi to him. That was the highlight of his day every day. And she was the first person to die there. We needed to put a stop to this, and I think that it's amazing that everyone who came out today is supporting this cause, because that shouldn't happen again. We shouldn't lose people who want to impact the world in a positive way. We don't want to lose our future, in a positive one at that. So thank you guys for listening to the story.
Like Sylvana said, as students, we are the change that needs to happen. We are the future, and we have a right to protect our futures, right? So, I've come to be so passionate about this movement because it just means so much to so many kids. And the fact that March for Our Lives happened, I'm positive you guys heard of that. The fact that so many people came together for a common cause and decided that change needed to happen is just something that I am inspired by.
My family came from Afghanistan to live the American dream. America was spoken as a place of equality and liberty. It was idealized as an American dream where anything was possible through hard work. Everyone had a voice and America was safe. My mom had hoped for a better place to live and a better place for her children in America. But at last, hopes aren't a reality right now. The reality is that America has a gun problem. In 2015, the mass shooting tracker reported 372 mass shootings, killing 472 and wounding 1,870 people. In that same year, the Everytown for Gun Safety Research reported 64 school shootings. America clearly has a unique gun problem. And the problem is that with the amount of guns in America, and it isn't mental illness, a Congressional Research Service reported that in 2013 that there were approximately 357 million firearms in the United States. This is 40 million more guns than people. Congress has yet to pass significant gun reforms. The problem is evident, but the government isn't willing to take any action. States and local
You never think you'd have to fight for something as simple as staying alive these days. It just hurts to see that with everything that's going on that no one's trying to make a change, and you oftentimes don't know where to start. Tenley said, this is where you start. You start here with all your friends, and you start making a difference. And then you go to the government, you go to the politicians, you go to the cabinet, you go to wherever you can, and you tell them that it's your right to stay alive. And you tell them that you're not somebody who's gonna lay down for them just because they want to do what they want. We have a fight to fight every day, and we have to keep on doing it every day, because if we don't, it's just gonna keep happening.